doesn't show up for her own court dates, but she shows up for her fiance's court date. And I'm gonna say, ma'am, do not communicate non-verbally with your fiance or whoever he may be on the screen. Am I clear on that? Okay, so let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Jeffrey Reynolds, 24936 A, B, C, and D. Ma'am, stop.
You just somebody called him.
Okay, and I just told you not to communicate with him, and you just mouthed "I'm sorry" as you're walking out. You have a hard time following court orders. Go with the court officer.
And my client told me he would put the car right next to the fence where my client has to cut and weed it.
Is the car parked there all the time, or do you only move it when your client?
He would move it. He would move it. But in any event,
That's a lie.
we have two grown men here, Your Honor.
We do. Two grown men that are behaving like children, quite frankly.
Your Honor.
nobody's-
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Nobody's
Hold on,
hurt.
stop. Only one.
Nobody's hurt.
Okay, listen. You two are grown men. We are not going to sit here and argue over who puts the rocks and the broken asphalt over the fence. Who cares? Really, who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Go!
Will you hand me my screen box?
Now go. Rah.
For the record, good morning, Your Honor. Ron French, here on behalf of Mr. Miller, who's standing here with me.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name for the record, please.
Michael Edward Miller?
Okay, is Shadi Markavani present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to address the court in just one moment, okay? Thank you. All right, so today's the date scheduled for sentencing on your client's plea to an amended charge of disputed fees. The original charges of assault and battery and malicious destruction of property were dismissed as part of the resolution between counsel. And counsel, do you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client?
I have, Your Honor, there's no corrections or deletions. We simply ask that you adopt the recommendation.
Okay, and so Mr. Markavani, if you can please come up and approach the podium, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and if you could please state and spell your first and last names.
Shadi Markavani, S-H-A-D-I, last name M-A-R-K-A-V-A-N-I.
All right, thank you. And so I appreciate you coming into court today, and what would you like the court to know?
I just want to let you know, Your Honor, I just want this man to stay away from me. Every time he passed by, until maybe last week, he keep calling me names, gesture. This man has issues. And
Jester?
yes, he, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but it's too much to take. I've been assaulted, he put his hand on me, and I don't think I'm getting fair judgment.
So, sir, did anybody reach out to you at any point prior to your notice for court today?
Yes,
Okay, and so, was it the prosecuting attorney that did that?
yes,
Okay. And did you express to the prosecuting attorney some of your concerns?
yes, I did, and I submit the videos, everything I have, and I'm surprised the court doesn't have those videos.
Well, sir, the court can't have those videos unless it's submitted during the course of a hearing.
Which is, I did that.
I understand that, but there wasn't a hearing that was done. Because it was resolved prior to that. Who did you submit those videos to? The prosecutor?
Yes, I submit some of to the prosecutor, and the police officer review the videos too, when they first issue the ticket for Mr. Miller.
Okay. And so you're telling this court that Mr. Miller, even as of last week?
Maybe 2 weeks ago?
Okay. And so what was done, said, what have you?
He called me names, racist names, gesture, F you go, whatever, he just keep passing by when he drive by the shop.
And then you're seeking restitution in the amount of $1,000?
Just for the damage for the car, that's it.
And how long have you been at that shop, sir?
Almost 8 years.
Okay. And how long has Mr. Miller been cutting the grass at the ice cream shop? If you know.
Maybe 2-3 years, maybe he started, I'm not sure, you know. But it's
Okay.
been going on for a long time. I just, try to avoid him. Did everything possible not to make contact with him, but what he did, absolutely unacceptable.
No, the court would agree with that.
And I'm not that type of person who, I'm very competitive,
And do you have any dealings with Mr. Miller outside of when he's doing the lawn cutting over there?
No,
And what are the hours of operation of your shop, sir?
8 to 6.
And you saw that it was Mr. Miller that was the one that drove by and made that,
Yes, sir.
okay. What road was he on when he drove by?
For Danny.
And you were outside when he made that comment?
Yeah, I was right in front of the base.
Was there any other traffic out there at the time?
No,
Okay, anything else you'd like the court to know, sir?
no, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you.
Mr. French? I have a couple questions for your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Miller?
Well, Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I respond quickly to what the victim
In
said?
just a minute, in
Okay.
just a moment. How long have you known Mr. Marcavani?
3 years, ma'am.
And that's when you started doing the lawn care at the ice cream shop?
Can I speak freely?
No, I'm just asking my question.
I'm sorry.
Is that because when you started doing the lawn care at the ice cream shop or something different?
No, I started 3 years ago. Yes, 3 years ago.
Okay, and yes, counsel.
First of all, he doesn't cut the grass there anymore. He did see the victim one day going by, because he lives in the area, my client does. He was going to the marina to do work there. He's not cutting the grass there. He stopped doing that to get away from the situation. My understanding is when the victim saw him, threw his middle finger up and like he had a gun. And my client just
Absolutely not.
Hold on, stop,
My
hold on,
client
sir.
just kept going and had no words with him. He was driving by in a car. So my client's not trying to see him. He just lives in the area. He happened to be going down Ford Road to go to another job.
Okay,
That's it. So I mean, you're not gonna have any issues with contact with my client.
well, I have some concerns. I will tell you that.
I
have some
understand
concerns. Because your client, where his address is, right, is not near the shop. His address is not near the shop. And there are plenty of other ways to get to the marina other than driving down Ford Avenue.
Yes, ma'am. I agree with you.
But you didn't take those other ways. You drove right by Mr. Marcavani's shop.
I have 2 clients on 15th Street that I cut their lawns.
That's not by Mr. Marcavani's shop.
It's on the same road now. I work at
It's
the-
6 blocks down, so it's not near his shop. See, the good thing about Wyandotte, right, is it's either a tree or a number, pretty much all the streets. And so, so his shop is at 9th and 4th Avenue. And then you got 15th Street, so then you go 10, 11, 12, 13, first of all, you have electric, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you're not anywhere near a shop. You don't have to drive by a shop. And to get from your home to where your clients on 15th live, you don't have to drive by a shop.
Well, I'll take mine with more often, but I didn't intentionally drive down the street to aggravate Mr. Bonnie. I stopped because the light turned green. He was shoveling the snow and gave me to grab the junk and the shoot stuff, so the first year I worked there, he told me to put the leaves back along the fence line. And he came out and challenged me. What I was doing is the first time I cut the lawn to the holy cow. I went on side and blew all the leaves along the fence line onto the holy cow. And then I bagged up the leaves. He told me he wanted them back there. And I thought, okay, that's a little strange, but I finished doing my job and all the letters of recommendations. I clean up after myself. They call me the lawn whisperer. So I've taken care of 5 properties in Wyandotte that's been ticketed by your controls.
No, let me clarify. I don't control when tickets are issued, sir.
No. I'm just telling you, I provide, my service is to take care of things, and I take care of that lawn at the Holy Cow for 3 years. All of a sudden, he's threatened me these 3 years. He jumped over the fence the day I was cutting the lawn. Instead of calling the police like a normal citizen, shoved the phone in my face. And all I did was push the phone out of my face, and he pushed it to my face twice. I didn't have $3,500 to depose this witness. My grandsons and my family asked me why I did what I did. I took responsibility for this. I pleaded no contest to this. He wrote up the estimate for the damage on his car, which was previously already there on the car. Because I have documentation of his thing, because I took a picture of what I do there. The reason I cut the grass is the kids play there. The first year, second year, third year, I make sure there's no glass, no stones, no garbage, and I take care of that. And with letters of recommendations, proof that I do what I say I do. Every time I see him, he's scared that I'm gonna tell somebody about what I told your probation officer, and I'm not gonna say that in court because it's not appropriate.
Your Honor, if I may, my client's going to take a different route. He understands the weight of this court, and I think he's going to abide by the no contact order. We would ask that he get some time to pay this $1,000, and let's all put this one behind us if we could.
Mr. Markabine, I'm going to have you come back up here. Counselor, you and your client can stay right there. Well, okay, your client can stay on that side. Mr. Markabine, right there.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, I would like to know, you can put your phone down, please. What is the issue between the two of you? Keep your hands on your pockets, sir. What is the issue between the two of you?
The issue is every time he comes, cut the grass, he blow all the dirt, I have, that's why the videos. Everything shows on the video. I have it on my phone now. If you want to watch it, you can watch it right now.
Hold on, so is the animosity over lawn debris? Is that what you're telling me?
No, he's a racist man. Absolutely, he's a racist man. He called me names.
Hold on, sir.
He called me names. Go back, wherever you come from. The F you. I never, ever, I try to avoid him with everything. I even move the cars out the lot because I know he's coming and he's gonna cause damage to those cars. He blew the dirt. He even picking up the grass, the dirt, the rocks, and throwing on my lots. I have the videos, and I submit those videos to the court. And I'm surprised that you haven't seen it. I have him here on my phone. I can go back and get it. And all the names, everything he's saying, absolutely not true. All lies. Absolutely, 100% lies. The only reason I went to cross the fence, I just want to take a picture of his license plate, and this is exactly what I did. I took a picture of his license plate to show the officer because I know he took off, and I tried to take a video. He knocked my phone down and he punched me, and this is when I lost the.
Right, and that's why.
Yes.
That's why everybody's here today.
I didn't say a word. He was doing all the talking. I didn't even respond to him. Because I know, I just took a video, what he's doing, I don't know what else to say. It's everything he's saying absolutely lies. No base.
Well, here's what I think, right? I think that there's a little bit of something going on both sides, and something more, what's really going on is somewhere in the middle, right? You each have your perspective, because you don't like Mr. Miller doesn't like Mr. Markabine. That seems to be the way it is, for whatever the reason is. Whether Mr. Miller's blowing rocks and grass seeds over on your property, or I don't know. But what I do know is that the animosity rose to such a point where Mr. Miller it was charged with assault and battery and malicious destruction of property. And despite, whatever, I mean, I don't know what the discovery was, I don't know what the discussions were with witnesses, but the resolution was, to an amended charge of disturbing the peace. And sir, if you have an issue with that, then you need to talk to the prosecuting attorney.
Okay.
Because that was something that the attorneys worked out amongst themselves
Yeah.
based upon evidence and discussion. So that's why I asked if you had been, if anybody reached out to you prior to probation, and you had said yes, and it was
Yes.
the prosecuting attorney.
Yes.
So if you have some issues with how this was resolved, sir, then you need to speak with the prosecuting attorney.
Like I said, Your Honor, I just want to move on. I have business to take care of. I'm not looking for problems. I just want to move on. This is why I said, please, yes, just let him stay away from me. That's all I want.
So I'm going to be very clear. Okay. Well, sir, what is your problem with Mr. Marcabani? He's expressed what his problem is, what the issue is with him, so what's the issue for you?
For 3 years, he's threatened me. For 3 years, I've taught him. Am I liberty to say what I want to say?
Don't say that.
Don't say that? Okay, my lawyer said I shouldn't say it.
Your Honor, if I will, I know the case, that my client's a little nervous. These two have been going at it. He would park his car right by the fence so the debris would hit it. He didn't move it. It's on video. Prosecutor and myself went through it, and I said, look, he's agitating my client. Every time he goes there, he moves the BMW right by there, and it's an older BMW. It's not a brand new one. He puts it right by the gate so that it causes an issue. And on the day of this incident, my client went across the field, probably 60 yards. He came to my client and his face, followed him. And that's how this incident happened. And my client said, get out of my face. He said he could smell his breath. He was so close. And, you know, that's agitation. So I think both of them have a little bit of culpability here. Like he said, my client just wants this done. He's agreed to pay the $1,000. He'll need a little time and call this thing over. He will stay away from him, and there's no reason why they should cross paths.
Well, you're correct, there's no reason they should cross
Right.
paths.
So we just ask that we put this one,
And so your
Okay.
your position is that somebody intentionally moved a car to get damaged?
yes. My client told me, and the video shows, that he would put the car, there's a lot, the whole lot is open, the video that I saw. And my client told me he would put the car right next to the fence where my client has to cut and weed whip.
Is the car parked there all the time, or would he only move it when your client?
He would
was
move
here?
it, he would move it. But in any event,
That's a lie.
we have two grown men here,
It's
Your
a-
Honor.
We do, two grown men
Nobody's-
that are behaving like children, quite frankly.
Your
Yeah,
Honor,
nobody-
my client-
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Nobody's
Hold on,
hurt.
stop, only one.
Nobody's
incident at a time.
hurt. My client's agreed to pay the $1,000 to him. He's got his own shop. He's gonna do whatever he needs to do to the car and put this one away, put it to bed. It's done. We don't need to keep going on and on and on, because it's just gonna spin out of control. My client will stay away from him. He'll take different routes to go to his jobs, like you suggested, and we'll go from there. Everybody moves on.
And I've agreed to that, Your Honor. I don't think you want to see either one of us playing in the sandbox, Porter. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is two kids playing in the sandbox and got out of hand. When he threatened me and jumped over the fence and got underneath my car, a normal person would have called the police and said, hey, I think this
Oh,
guy.
okay, but to say a normal person, I mean, that's not necessarily appropriate. So people
Well,
handle
I-
things differently as far as their perspective of calling the police, because quite frankly, if it's been 3 years, have either one of you contacted the police about these alleged threats?
I
Or
did.
anything, or the damage to property?
That's me.
Okay. So knowing all that, you still jumped over the fence and you went over and approached him while he was over
Absolutely
cutting
not.
the
I
property?
did not approach him.
So hold
He
on.
ran into me.
Please let
He
me
approached.
finish, sir. Please let me finish. You went on to the Holy Cow property and approached Mr. Miller while he was cutting the lawn. Is that how that happened?
No.
No.
I
Did you
crossed-
all meet at the fence?
Yes, but I went, he was like maybe 50 yards away from me
Okay.
when I crossed the fence. He came all the way
Hold on, so you crossed the fence.
to
Why,
take
why,
take a picture of his truck because I know when he did the damage, he wanna leave. So I told him, I'm gonna call the cops and I'm taking a picture of the license plate so I know when I report it to the cops who did the damage to my car.
Okay.
He ran into me, like he walked over 50 yards, came all the way and this is when I was taking the video, and he punched me, everything was on the video. I don't have to, the video will approve exactly what, everything I'm saying. Everything
Where is
this.
the video? Mr.
I don't
Gailey,
have-
Mr. Gailey, can you please place your appearance on the record?
Roger Keeley on behalf of people to City of Wyandotte, Judge. Good morning.
Great, good morning. Do you have the video, in this matter of Mr. Miller?
No, Judge, but I think he brought this up on a previous occasion, and it was determined that this happened before his arraignment, I believe.
What?
This-
No, I'm talking,
I think
I'm
he did
talking
this
about the
issue
video, the video of the date of the incident on July 19th of 24.
No, Judge.
Mr. Manny states that he provided a video.
He sent it to my phone, and I sent it to opposing counsel, but it's really hard to see.
I think in order to fashion an appropriate sentence, I need to view that video. Because I wasn't there, nobody except for the two of them were there.
So,
And I'm getting very conflicting stories. And I think that both individuals' animosity for the other person, I think maybe clouding some of their, thought process as far as, some of that. So I need to see that video.
Your
I
Honor,
believe it's on the victim's phone.
Okay. Yes, counsel.
Your Honor, I guess it's neither here nor there. I don't know if we're going to rehash the whole thing again. My client wants this done. We would ask that you adopt the recommendation, let him start paying the victim here and be done with this thing.
Counsel, I understand that, but in order to fashion an appropriate sentence to make sure the proper rehabilitative goals are put forth, I need to have a better understanding. And I have zero better understanding after hearing from both your client and Mr. Marcavani. In fact, I think it's a bit more convoluted now, a lot less clear. So,
wait, Your Honor?
I'm going, just one moment, I'm going to have Mr. Marcavani go in to see Mr. Cayley, pull it up on Mr. Marcavani's phone. Counsel, you can look at that on Mr. Marcavani's phone as well, so we can make sure that it's the exact same one. And if there's no objection, then I will then view it at that point. I'm not saying you have to all come back. I'm gonna handle these two in custody while you're viewing the video, and then, I will view the video, and then I'll move forward.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay? We are going to go back on the record. We're recalling the matter of Michael Miller, 241028.
For the record, Ron French appearing once again for Mr. Miller.
Okay, thank you. And counsel, were you able to review the report or the video with Mr. Cayley?
I had already reviewed it before, Your Honor. It's kind of hard to make out, so.
Okay, well, I just wanted to confirm that that was the same video that you had previously reviewed. All right, and then if you can please have grab Mr. Marcavani's phone. Is it queued up to the video?
Which one? I have nothing.
Well, the one that shows the day of the incident.
The one, I'm looking for the one for the day of the incident.
Yeah, for the pictures.
The one for the day of the incident, I don't have it on my phone. I gave it to the officer. I have,
You gave it to the officer?
yes, when they came out and they issued a ticket, they saw the video, and based on that video, they issued a ticket to Mr. Miller for an assault and battery and,
Okay,
vandalism.
just a moment, please. Mr. Cayley, can you have Mr. Cayley come in here, please, real quick?
The videos that I have here, it's happened on Sunday, which is, I wasn't even at the shop, everything closed. He
Was
just,
it before the incident?
after,
After the incident?
yes, he was picking up the trash, throwing it on my yard, cutting, and he, absolutely the opposite of what he's saying. Throwing it into my yard,
Okay,
no cars, nothing parked.
okay, just a moment, sir, please. Okay, Mr. Cayley, good morning. Your appearance, please, for the record.
Roger Keeley, P4811 on behalf of people City of Wyandotte.
Okay, thank you. So Mr. Marcavani indicated the video of the day of the incident was forwarded to the police officers. Do you have that video?
No.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Do not have it, Judge.
Mr. French, do you have that video?
I don't.
But I thought you reviewed the video.
I reviewed the one that he had on his phone, But that last, when Mr.
So
Taylor.
nobody reviewed the video of the incident?
I don't think there is a video of that. I haven't seen it.
Was there discovery?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of videos, but I didn't find that one. Most of the stuff I got, Your Honor, was body cam video.
I honestly don't remember, Judge, it wasn't set for trial, so I mean, he showed me a lot of videos, but the videos that he has on his phone were after the incident. I don't recall, Judge, if the officers just viewed the video that he had at his establishment, or if they made a copy of it.
The video was recorded on the body worn camera. And that Mark and Bonnie would also email the video to the police department. So, on the body worn camera, you didn't see any of the video of the day of the incident?
No, no.
And you didn't get a copy of the video that was emailed to the police department?
No, Judge.
Obviously, the video would be helpful, just so I can understand really what's going on the best I can. I'm really not sure how both counsel didn't see the video if it was in the body cam.
I'm sure I saw it at some point, Judge, I just don't recall. I mean, he showed me many videos, so, I mean, I don't recall. Obviously, there's clear animosity here. And they don't get along, that's pretty obvious. But, you know, the victim is at his place of establishment and, you know, the other gentleman is there for whatever reason. Apparently he works for the property owner next door, but it's pretty obvious that he's gonna have to stay away from Mr. Marcavani for a while. That's what we're hoping. He doesn't wanna have any contact with him. He's made allegations about him, you know, having contact or doing other things after the date of the incident, so I'm sure if we kept them apart, this would.
Well, I feel that I need to see the video before I can fashion an appropriate sentence. You emailed it to the police department, you don't have it on your phone?
The
Can you pull up
police,
the email from the police, that you sent to the police department?
I don't know, I can do that.
Why can't you go to your emails?
See, the police officer took the video off my cameras. They came into the office.
Your cameras, the camera's in your office, not on your phone.
The camera, it's on the building. So it's recorded on the receiver inside the building. So the police officer came out, he watched the video, and then he recorded on his phone, and he took the video. And I cannot go back, I only can go back 7 days from the day
Okay.
it's been recorded.
So that's not on your phone.
It's not on my phone, but the one that on my phone, I record this after the incident. So in case to show the court that this is what he's doing, even after the officer issued the ticket. I have those videos. There's a couple of videos. He's blowing trash, cutting.
Okay, I'll see, what date's the video of that? What date is that?
This one maybe 3 weeks after.
Look on there, sir, that you can find the details and see what date you took the video.
I can't see that.
That's August 12th at 9:05 a.m.
This is not. Okay.
So it's after the incident, but I'm trying to tell you is that, so you just swipe up like that. That's how you get the date and time. Somehow I know that and you don't, but I don't know. So, and it even tells you the location. So obviously, somebody says you can find everything, you can find everything. Okay, so what I saw in the video.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I can't see your face, the officers in a way.
What I saw in the video is August, after this incident has occurred, that Mr. Miller is doing weed whipping along the fence, and you pick up what looks like rocks or something, and you're throwing them over the fence, back
You wanna
over,
know what it was, Your Honor?
but back, the asphalt.
He has an asphalt
Yes, I
blacktop,
see that.
and I cut grass, he throws it over there, and I make sure.
Okay, listen, you two are grown men. We are not going to sit here and argue over who puts the rocks and the broken asphalt over the fence. Who cares? Really, who cares?
Then give me what you want to give me so I can go on my life. My wife's at home sick. I went and had a medical thing because I thought I was having a heart attack over the stress of listening to these lies. Do what you want to do to me, ma'am. I need to go on with my life. I can't do this anymore.
Sir, you cannot stand there and say that you don't have any culpability or accountability in this entire
I plead no
situation
contest.
either. Excuse me. You pled no contest. So you didn't accept or admit your guilt in any of this, sir. Okay? No contest is the court reviews the police report to determine if there is a factual basis. So, I don't need to see the video of that day. It would be helpful, but I can fashion my sentence appropriately. We can give Mr. Marcavani back his phone, please. All right. The court does find, after hearing from counsel, hearing from Mr. Miller, hearing from Mr. Marcavani, from the prosecutor, from reviewing the report, the recommendation, the police report, a video from after the incident, but not the incident, the court does find that there's reasonable grounds to depart from MCL 769.5. The court also finds that 3 months probation isn't necessarily the most appropriate recommendation. The court does find that Mr. Miller is eligible under 771.1, and he's also eligible for early discharge. The court is going to order 6 months probation. Mr. Marcavani, you may not be happy with that. You may not think that that's long enough. However, Mr. Miller doesn't have any criminal history. Now, I acknowledge that there's been about 3 years of animosity between the two of you that has not resulted in any criminal charges. So, but the court is also very much aware that because of the animosity, Mr. Miller, I believe his judgment might be a bit clouded with some of his actions or thoughts as it relates to Mr. Marcavani. So hopefully the conditions that this court's going to put forth are going to be conducive to helping resolve that issue. Mr. Marcavani, that doesn't mean that you don't have any accountability in this matter either. You don't need to send any gestures Mr. Miller's way, whether you've done them or not. You don't have to do that. I'm saying moving forward, you don't have to send any gestures his way. You don't even have to look who's driving down the road. Mr. Miller, while you're on probation anyway, you're not going to drive by his shop. But in future times after probation, you're driving by the shop. You don't even have to look that way to see if he's even there. Who cares? Who cares? You're not to violate any criminal law of any unit of government. You're not to leave the state without the consent of the court. You are to report truthfully to your probation officer as often as your probation officer may require, in person, writing, or virtually. You are to notify your probation officer immediately of any change in address or employment status. You are not to return to the victim's place of employment. You're not to return to Holy Cow during that time because it abuts the property. You're not to have any contact with Mr. Marcavani. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. Hopefully, whatever your relationship is with the owner of Holy Cow, that doesn't infiltrate, since those two they share a property line. The court's going to also order an anger management class. I'm going to order 1 day anger management class. The rehabilitative goal for that condition is to assist you in learning how to properly express your feelings and emotions, and hopefully prevent this matter from happening again. The court's going to also order restitution in the amount of $1,000 as agreed upon by counsel. Any questions on those terms and conditions?
No, I called my brother. He's going to front me the $1,000 so I can get along and get on with this, and I'll just pay him back. He knows that I'm on a fixed income and I'm taking care of my wife's medical bills. Okay.
And so, Mr. Marcavani, what that means is that the restitution will be paid to the court, and the court will then send you a check. All right, so you have to stop at the window to make sure we have your appropriate, that we have your current mailing information, your correct address. All right, now, I'm going to strongly caution both of you. In the event that either one of you are back here for an incident between the two of you, that will not necessarily be, in all of your best interest.
Not a good thing.
Right.
I understand, Your Honor, thank you.
I'm the victim, Your Honor, in this case.
Sir, this particular moment, on this case, yes, you are the victim. But I'm also aware that the two of you have had animosity for 3 years. Okay? So both of you are culpable in the continuation of the animosity and as to how this is elevated to the way it's elevated. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying that at all. Yes, you're the victim. Mr. Miller put his hands on you. He knocked the phone out of your hand. That shouldn't have happened. All right? I'm also saying that the two of you seem to have continued to antagonize the other consistently, intentionally or not intentionally, I don't know. Obviously, it's your property, you can park your vehicle where you want to park your vehicle, right? And then if somebody reads into it, why you parked your vehicle there, then I don't know what to say. But, sir, yes, you are the victim, that is why you had the opportunity to address the court. You brought your video evidence to court, as best as the video there, and the court did hear from you, sir. But what I'm also hearing from both of you is that this has been going on for 3 years. 3 years over rocks and landscaping. That's what this has gone over. I'm not suggesting that Mr. Miller doesn't have negative feelings about you at all. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just going based upon what I have in front of me today. And that is why I fashioned the sentence that I fashioned. The recommendation was 3 months. I don't find that that's long enough so that Mr. Miller can accomplish the anger management class and take something away from it, not just check a box.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
As to fines and costs, the court's going to order a $400 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $300 supervision oversight fee, that's $50 a month at 6 months. And since you are eligible for early discharge, up to half of that may be waived. $75 crime victim assessment fee, $50 justice system assessment fee. So that's a total of $925 plus the restitution for a total of $1,925. And bless you, how much of that do you have to pay today?
How much was the
900 for fees to the court.
900 I can pay today? It's gonna be tight, but I can pay it.
Okay,
I wanna
is
get
that in
that.
addition to the $1,000 restitution?
I'm getting that from my brother.
Okay, so when are you getting that?
I call him, I'll probably get it tomorrow.
Okay, so let me just say this, let's do, January 27th. All right, that gives you a couple days to get that.
We do the pay.
I'm gonna come back tomorrow.
That's fine, you can come back early, there's not a penalty to come back early, I'm just
I
saying.
can come back today.
You can come back today too, that's fine.
He's gotta take me to breakfast though.
But just so you know, sir, you can subtract $150 from that. All right, so that is,
1875.
you're correct. Quick math, I needed the calculator for that, $1,775.
So $715 I can pay today and grab 1,000 and bring it back today, ma'am?
Yes, $775 today.
$775?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. As I did state, you are eligible for early discharge as long as all the following have occurred. You've completed at least half of your original term of probation. All probation requirements have been completed. You've had at least 3 months without any violations, and all money has been either paid in full or you've made a good faith effort toward making full payment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? I wish you well, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Marcavani, thank you very much for coming in. I wish you well. Good luck to the both of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Another one of your conditions is you are not to drive by
Gotcha.
Mr. Marcavani's place of employment. So I'm actually going to give you certain parameters whereby you cannot drive. So you cannot drive east on North Line past 10th Street, and then you cannot, so you're not gonna be able to go on North Line between 10th Street and 7th Street.
I understand the parameters, ma'am. I will do diligently to the court's orders.
And clearly not on Electric or 9th Street.
I understand the parameters, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Markabani, in the event that there's any issues of contact or driving by or anything like that, please contact probation. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Actually, and also the prosecutor, because he'd have to know that as well. Okay?
Okay.
In case there's any violation of that. And then one more question, Mr. Markabani, do you, the shop is open 8 AM to 6 PM. What hours are you there?
8 to 6.
Okay, so you're not there any off hours?
No, ma'am, I'm the only one working, so
Okay, and so is it Monday through Friday?
Saturday like 9 to 2 o'clock.
Okay. So those parameters that you cannot go, sir, will be between 7:45 and 6:15, Monday through Friday, and 8:45 to 2:15 on Saturday.
Respectfully, I understand that, Your Honor.
Please stop over probation, and somebody will be with you shortly regarding your instructions and your conditions,
Thank
okay?
you, Judge. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
have a good
Judge.
day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have you please, Mr. Miller, I'm gonna have you have a seat in here, wait a couple moments while Mr. Markabani leaves, okay? Thank you, Mr. Markabani, for coming in today.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what is your name and what are you here for?
I'm Natasha Adrian, my boyfriend's in court.
I'm sorry, what's that?
My fiance is court today.
Oh, Natasha, don't you have a warrant with us?
We just got released from jail yesterday.
So do you have a date to come back?
Yes.
Oh, we should have just had it today, she's already here. Well, maybe we will, maybe we're gonna add you to our docket today.
Just what we need.
She's already here, I mean, she's failed to appear, and she's kinda, she doesn't show up for her own court dates, but she shows up for her fiance's court date. And I'm gonna say, ma'am, do not communicate non-verbally with your fiance or whoever he may be on the screen. Am I clear on that? Mark, can you find out, can you grab the Natasha Azar files, please? I think they're in warrants, I don't know where they're at right now, but,
They're probably
Yeah. they're probably in the warrant pile or what have you, because we'll handle that matter now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Jeffrey Reynolds, 24936 ABC and D. Ma'am, stop.
You just somebody come with him.
Okay, and I just told you not to communicate with him, and you just mouthed "I'm sorry" as you're walking out. You have a hard time following court orders. Go with the court officer. All right, run back. In the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Jeffrey Reynolds, 24936 ABC and D. All right, and counsel, your appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, John Oakport, P. 30758 on behalf of Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, would you please put your name on the record?
Jeffrey Paul Reynolds.
All right, and so today's date scheduled for Mr. Reynolds' pretrial on multiple charges. Assaulting non-officer, disorderly conduct, loitering or drugs or kept used or sold, and trespassing. And counsel?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Reynolds. I've also had an opportunity to speak with the prosecuting attorney in this matter. It's my understanding that in return for a plea of guilty to the count regarding resisting and obstructing, the remaining charges in this particular matter would be dismissed. I've explained to Mr. Reynolds his constitutional rights. He understands those constitutional rights and wishes to avail himself of this plea opportunity. There is also a recommendation in this matter for time served and for immediate sentencing. I've indicated to Mr. Reynolds that the recommendation is only that, a recommendation, and that would have to be determined at a later point in time. With all that said, Your Honor, he wishes to avail himself of this plea opportunity, and there are no immigration issues.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Just on the truth, testimony about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do, Your Honor, I swear.
All right, you heard the plea, the very generous plea that your attorney worked out for you, correct?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
And as to the count of resisting and obstructing an officer, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, Your Honor.
You know your name, sir, and you've gone over your rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
And you understand all of those rights?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
You also understand when you enter into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And you also understand, sir, the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And you understand that the recommendation for time served is only a recommendation, and this court does not have to follow that recommendation.
I do, Your Honor. I come to you with a new mindset, Your Honor, and I just want to get this resolved and get on with my life.
Sir, hold on, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
And, sir, knowing all of that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, they have not.
And there aren't any immigration issues, is that correct?
No, there aren't. No, they're not trying.
Counsel, if you can please pardon your client.
Thank you. Mr. Reynolds, back on July 4th of 2024, were you in the city of Wyandotte?
Yes, I was.
And there come a point in time where you had been detained by the Wyandotte Police Department and taken to the hospital because of a medical emergency. Is that correct?
Yes.
And at that time, you were issued a couple of tickets for a previous contact. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes, sir.
When you were leaving the hospital, did these officers approach you and discuss with you outstanding warrants?
Yes, they just said there was.
And when they were detaining you and arresting you for those outstanding warrants, did you pull away from them?
I believe I may have, yes.
And you were resisting their attempts to handcuff you. Is that correct?
I was just trying to notify them that I did have a dislocated shoulder. Yes, I did. I did, Your Honor.
Defense satisfied, Your Honor.
Well, he's not really taking accountability for that. He's trying to make excuses, and that says he believes he did. So either you did or you didn't, sir.
Yeah, I did, Your Honor. I did pull away. I did resist. I made a bad decision, and I should have been more compliant, and I apologize for my behavior that day towards the officers and everyone around me. It was inappropriate, and I was guilty.
And Mr. Reynolds, when they first detained you, you didn't pull away or you didn't resist them at that point in time, did you?
They double handcuffed me, so it wasn't in that much of a it wasn't pulled as bad.
But the second time,
I do believe I did resist, yes, here. I said that.
you resisted their attempts to detain you, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, the court does find that you have no involuntary infraction accurate. The court will accept your plea for the plea agreement. And counsel, you're asking for immediate sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. The reason I ask is threefold. Mr. Reynolds is presently employed. He has 3 children who are now in the custody of his father and stepmother, I believe, while he's detained at this point in time. He's accepted responsibility for these issues, these matters. He's been incarcerated now on for approximately 15 or 16 days. I'm not exactly sure. A bond was not posted. A bond was set of 7,510%. He does not have that amount to pay. If the court deems that it would be more appropriate to set this for another hearing, for sentencing, we would ask for a personal bond.
We'll proceed with sentencing today.
Okay, I understand, Your Honor, that he does have a number of prior convictions. As he's indicated to you at this point in time, he's turning his life around. He wants to get everything straightened out. We're asking him for time served.
You're currently on probation, correct? For your matter of General Heights, it was the felony possession of controlled substance, and that was reduced to a misdemeanor, correct, for controlled substance use?
Yes. Yes.
So you're on probation for that matter. You also have a felony breaking and entering from 1999, you were found guilty on.
1999? I don't know.
Excuse me, please interrupt.
I'm sorry, ma'am, this is the first I've heard of it.
Taylor, that's the first you've heard of it. You were found guilty, which tells me that you had a trial. That doesn't sound familiar to you, sir?
From when? No, that's not possible. It wasn't me.
Well, it says you were found guilty. So whether it was a bench trial or a jury trial,
In 1999?
yes.
Oh, yes, I've served prison time for that. I've been to prison and been at home. That's 25 years ago.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Your criminal history extends 25 years.
Yes, that's me. I thought you were saying it was pending or I was in trouble for it now.
No. Then 1998, third circuit court found guilty with attempt breaking and entering with intent, habitual offender, fourth offense. So back in 1998, you already had a habitual offender, fourth offense. And then since then, you've had another felony breaking and entering, found guilty in 1999, 2007 domestic violence. Oh, and then you went to prison for a number of years because then when you were released at some point, then in 2003, so you must have only served partial sentence. And then 2007, you pled guilty to domestic violence. 2004, pled guilty to attempt felony breaking and entering and stolen receiving property attempt. Then in 2006, felony breaking and entering building with intent. Then you were in prison again, correct?
Yes, this is all true, Your Honor. I had a bad history. I had a bad criminal history.
2007, you pled guilty to a retail fraud misdemeanor. 2009, breaking and entering with intent, another felony. Then in 2009, again, this would be the same. And also receiving concealed stolen property. And how long was your prison term for that one, sir?
I served altogether, that's 9 years, Your Honor. I haven't been in trouble in that type of manner since then. I've struggled, but I've maintained to stay out of trouble up until just recently when the domestic violence occurred. She was killed subsequently to this in a U-Haul accident, intentionally killed, and I have the children now. I'm trying to turn my life around and to get this stuff taken care of and just move forward from this. I just ask, please, Your Honor.
May of 2024, you pled guilty to controlled substance use. The felony home invasion first was dismissed.
That's because it was all dismissed. It was my home, Your Honor, and I pled guilty to the use of the illegal drug, the misdemeanor charge. That's why it was reduced to a misdemeanor. It was my own home. That home burnt to the ground, Your Honor, shortly after that.
All right, well, and then you have these matters here, and one of which is you're on a boat that didn't belong to you, and, and so the children are with your dad right now?
Yes, they're with my father right now, my stepmother up north in Marlette. We're just trying to move past her mom's accident, and my daughter's birthday was just on the 19th, the 15th, 4 days prior to the accident. And she's just having a real hard time. We're going through counseling. I'm also entering into the guidance center. I've already gone and did my pre-entry program and all the paperwork to enter into the guidance center. And we're going to be doing family counseling and one-on-one counseling.
And, I'm sorry, when did you end up having custody of your children because the mother passed away?
The mother's passed away in premeditated murder. The man actually hit the tree in the U-Haul accident with the children in the truck. The children all survived, their mother did not. She passed away at the scene. And, we've just been going through,
When did that occur, sir?
that was on January 19th of last year on Mound Road and, 8 Mile.
All right, and so, when are you gonna get it together for your kids, sir?
I'm getting it together now. It's just, I'm getting into counseling. We have group counseling. I've been working and just trying to get away with this and, start a new life for them. And, you know, I know it's gonna be a long road, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I drop regularly for probation. I've been doing all my classes. Waiting on the Christian Guidance Center now. We had to update through the place where we're going through is no longer covered through my Medicaid. So we're gonna be going through the Christian Guidance Center now.
Okay. Sir,
Nicole Rowley is my agent that's doing all the, go ahead, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
let me just tell you that Cesar doesn't seem to be great company for you, I can tell you that.
I understand, Your Honor.
And yet the two of you seem to be engaged.
We are together, yes, Your Honor. It's been a rocky road, but we love each other. She loves me, I love her. Just wanted things to work out and whatever I need to do to move past this, Your Honor, I'm willing to do. Whatever kind of classes or counseling or anything that you require me to do will be met.
You both need to stay in recovery, is what you both need to do, that'd be a great start.
Yes, I've been in recovery for quite a while now. I'm clean. I dropped clean when I came in here, and I dropped once at my doctor's appointment, not 3 days before this. I dropped regularly by CPS also.
So CPS is involved?
Yeah, CPS is involved. Foster care agent Rowley is the acting spokeswoman for me. That's who I communicate with almost on a daily basis up until I was incarcerated here.
All right, so it would seem to me that CPS is involved because your dad and stepmom are the ones that are temporary custody of your children pending hearing through CPS regarding your parenting, correct?
Yes, my parenting classes I'm taking and reunification process. We're going through housing also at this time and getting some proper housing for the kids and everything that needs to be done.
And so, sir, prior to the passing of their mother, how often did you see the kids?
Every day the kids were with me. The mom was having trouble, so the kids were with me full time, 98% of the time, unless CPS maybe relinquished physical custody to her, which they did several times.
So, sir, when you were in prison, where were the kids?
The kids weren't born. I was in prison years ago, Your Honor. That was before the children were born. The children are 8 years old.
2 and 3. Okay. All right, well, here's what this court's going to do. The court does not find that probation that your client's a good candidate for probation given his criminal history. The court also finds that your client doesn't seem to really get it or learn. And I mean, he has criminal history dating back to 1999 and a lot of crimes alleging theft, dishonesty, assaultive in nature, and order 60 days jail, credit for 15.
Your Honor.
It's going to waive fines and costs and warrant fees.
60 days here, Your Honor? Please. I throw myself on the mercy of the court. Please don't do this to my children and me.
Sir?
I've changed. Oh, God, no.
Please stop. You're not going to try to guilt this court. Your children are placed by CPS with your dad and stepmother as the temporary foster parents, pending everything after the death of their mother. So that seems to be where they have the most stability because you seem to still need some time in getting it together. Perhaps the additional time in custody, the court will order you to be tethered to treatment.
Can I go to treatment or something else, Your Honor? I can't do this here, Your Honor. This is mentally breaking and killing me here.
Sir, I just said I'm going to have you tethered to treatment.
What is it?
I'm going to have you tethered to treatment.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're together for your kids, sir.
I am, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
You can't be a good father if you don't get it together for yourself.
I'm gonna get it together. I love my children dearly. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me! What? What is going on today? This is a joke. Jay is absolutely an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself something.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're gonna start bringing people in person. We're gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
Come and go, so let's I'm the one that needs a drink.